head camera and I'll go through some of our colors. All right, so first we have our terracotta mix, and I'll hold this up for you guys so that you can see the different colors in here. So as you can see, we have some burnt oranges. We also have some tan colors in here. Let's see. We can sprinkle a little bit out onto our wood palette just so you guys can see it a little bit better. So this is our terrazzo mix. I'm sorry, not our terrazzo mix. This is our terracotta terrazzo mix. So this is one of my favorite colors in these flakes, and we'll go through some of the others. If you guys want me to go back through any of the ones that we're going through right now, just let me know. So that is just one of the color options that we have. Let's grab another one. We also have the green. So this is just a mix of different green colors. We also have an ivory color sprinkled throughout. I'll go ahead and I'll dump a little bit of this out so that you guys can see it. And then in just a few seconds here, I'll show you guys how to actually apply this to a surface. But right now, I just kind of wanted to get some of the flakes out of the bottle so that you guys could have a closer look at them. So that is our green color. Let's see. We also have yellow. So let's sprinkle a little bit of our yellow out. And again, all of these mixes just have a different variety and different shades of each color. So that is our yellow. Let's see, what else do we have here? We have blue. And then we also have teal. So these two are similar. I'll go ahead and I'll dump a little bit of these out for you so that you can see the difference. So let's dump out a little bit of our blue terrazzo flakes. And then we'll go ahead and we will dump out a few of our teal flakes. All right, so we'll hold that up for you. And I have two more colors that I want to show you guys, and then I'll give you a quick demonstration on how you apply this product onto a surface. All right, so let's grab our last two colors here. And those are the gray, and we also have the brown. So we'll dump these last two colors out, and then we'll do a demonstration. So that is our gray, and the last one here is the brown. Let me know if you guys have any questions or if you want to see any of the colors that we just went through again or up close. So the last color that I sprinkled on there is our brown color. All right. So I'm going to set this to the side. Like I said, let me know if you guys want me to go back through this. I can give you a closer look at any of the colors if you would like. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you guys how you can use the Terrazzo product at home. It's super easy, super quick, super simple. Let's set these back. All right, so in addition to the flakes, we do have our 2-in-1 sealer. We do have the matte finish and we also have the gloss finish. So I'm gonna show you both of those. Let's start with our green mix. So I'm gonna grab some of our 2-in-1 sealer and I'm gonna start with the gloss finish. But we also do have the matte. I'll grab that bottle just so you can see the difference between the two bottles. So the matte finish has the tan label and the gloss finish has the more blue label. So we're gonna start with the gloss. And I'm gonna grab a paintbrush. So I'm just gonna apply a thin layer of this right on top of our surface. You can use this on wood, you can use this on ceramic, you can also use this on plastic. I have a few finished projects surrounding me, and once we get towards the end of this, I'll go through all of those. All right, so we have our sealer on there, and then we're gonna grab our flakes and we're just gonna sprinkle them. So I would suggest maybe putting a little bit in your hand. You don't wanna dump the bottle over because you don't want all of the sprinkles to fall out onto your surface. So I'm just gonna grab a little bit at a time, and I'm gonna sprinkle them throughout my surface. If you want to move your chips around a little bit, you can definitely grab a toothpick and move them around however you would like for them to. So again, I'm just sprinkling slowly, kind of letting them randomly fall. The chips are already crushed up at different sizes, so there's nothing that you need to do. You can get straight to crafting. All right, so I'm gonna tap this. Any of the excess flakes that did not stick will fall off. We'll add just a little bit more. Again, I'm dumping it in my hand. You don't wanna dump the entire bottle over. And I'm just sprinkling a little bit at a time. All right, so we'll let this one sit for just a second, and then we'll move on to our other surface here, and we'll get started with our matte sealer. And once this one is done drying, we'll go back over it with the sealer again to give it a top coat to make sure all of our terrazzo flakes stay in place. All right, so let's put these back in the bottle. And let's grab our teal color and add them onto our other coaster. So I will be using the matte formula for this one. So I'm just applying a thin layer. You don't want to overdo it. Just enough so that all of your flakes stick onto your surface. We're gonna grab our teal color. Let's dump a little bit out into our hand. Actually, let's switch out. There we go. We're actually going to switch over to the brown. The brown and the green. All right, so let's sprinkle just a little bit of this out. So some of the projects that I have surrounding me that you guys can create at home with this project are coasters, which is what we're doing now. You can also add these onto picture frames. You can create jewelry trays with these. You can also decorate vases. We also have some flower pots, and we even have a lamp that is next to me. I'll show you guys that in just a few minutes. If you've ever done a terrazzo project at home, we would love to hear what you guys have made before. If you're already thinking of some ideas that you want to create at home, we would love to hear those ideas as well. So we're just going to tap that. Again, like I said, you can definitely grab a toothpick and you can move the flakes around however you would like. But they are already crushed up. I kind of like the look of them when they just kind of fall organically, but you can grab a toothpick or anything with a fine point. You can kind of move your flakes around if needed. So we'll let this one sit, and we'll go back over to our first surface where we use our gloss finish, and we'll go back over it and seal it with our 2-in-1 sealer. So I'm just kind of pressing down any flakes that are sticking up with my fingers. We want to make sure they are nice and flat before we add on our top coat. You might even want to tap it one more time just to get off any of the flakes that did not stick on. Okay. So I'm just going to grab a paintbrush and we're going to go over it. So if you guys usually tune in on Wednesdays, we're usually doing Mod Podge projects together, and this is kind of similar. It does dry clear. It almost has the same consistency as Mod Podge. So if you've ever used Mod Podge, this should be pretty easy for you to use. So we're just going over this with a thin layer. And I'll hold this up closer so that you guys can see the gloss finish in just a second. All right. So, in a little under 5 minutes, we have a Terrazzo coaster. So you want to let this sit and dry. I would definitely suggest letting it dry overnight before actually using it as a coaster. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and hold this up so that you guys can see the gloss finish. So that is our gloss 2-in-1 sealer. So it does act as the glue that actually holds the flakes down, but it also acts as a protectant and a sealer for a top coat for any of the projects that you use this with. All right, so that is the gloss. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna move back over to our matte finish. So we're gonna grab a different paintbrush and we're gonna go over it. Same way, so actually let's knock off any of our flakes that didn't stick on. I'll use my finger quickly to kind of press them down just to make sure that they are nice and flat. And there is a little bit of a consistency difference between the matte formula and the gloss formula. So the matte formula is a little bit milkier, but it still dries clear. All right. So right now this looks just a little bit glossy, but once we let this dry, it will dry matte. So we'll actually set this off to the side for just a second, and I will pull out some of our finished examples so that you guys can see what the matte actually looks like once it is dried. But that is how you apply your Terrazzo flakes onto any surface that you'll be using. Since it's really easy, really quick, there's really nothing to it. Not a lot of thinking. Super easy project. I think that this is definitely great for kids because it's easy to do and quick to do. I'll hold these up while I'm talking. Also very, very fun for adults. And I think that these Terrazzo flakes can create high-end looking projects. So let's set those off to the side. And we'll go through some of the finished projects that I have here with me. So I'll start by pulling out some of our jewelry trays. So this is just some inspiration for you guys. We also have a coaster here. So I'm gonna hold this one up for you so that you guys can see what the matte finish looks like. And then I'll also pull out the color of the flakes that we use for this project. So these are the teal Terrazzo flakes. It has a mix of gray, teal, and white in it. And then we also have a bigger jewelry tray here. I'll hold it up for you guys so that you guys can see it. These are our black and gray Terrazzo flakes. And we've added these on top of a gray FolkArt paint. So let's see. We also have a flower pot here that's really fun. I'll go ahead and I'll pull that out for you guys.
What is the base color of the green jewelry tray?
The base color of the green jewelry tray. This one here, I am not sure, but we can find that out for you. If you leave your comment, I can circle back to it and answer that for you. But I do know that it is a FolkArt color. So I'm not sure what the base color is, but I can tell you that the Terrazzo flakes are the teal flakes. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you guys our flower pot. So we decided to do two different colors with this project. So we have our green flakes, and then we also have a mix of our red and our ivory flakes. So this is just another fun project that you guys can complete at home, and you do it the same way that we just did the coasters. You're just gonna add your 2-in-1 sealer onto your surface. You're gonna sprinkle your flakes on, let them dry for a few minutes, and then you wanna go back over your surface with the sealer again. So now I'm gonna show you guys one of my favorite projects, and that is the flower vase that we have here. So this is a glass surface. You can use the Terrazzo flakes on glass. Like I said earlier, you can also use them on wood. You can even use them in resin projects. So let's hold this up just a little bit closer for you guys. Same thing here. All you're doing is adding on your 2-in-1 sealer first, then you sprinkle on your flakes, and then you want to top it off with the sealer again. So it's something this size, you definitely want to take your time. I would suggest doing one side of your vase at a time and then moving on to the next side of it once, you know, the initial side is dried and completed. And again, these are the teal flakes. I'll hold that bottle up for you guys so that you can see what it looks like. And all of these colors are available on plaidonline.com. Next, I want to show you guys our lamp. So I think this is a really cool project. So this is a really cool way to use this product at home. You can grab a lamp from the thrift store, or you can grab a lamp that you already have, and you can get really creative. You can add a little bit of pizzazz to it, adding our Terrazzo flakes. Up under this is the Treasure Gold color. And for this project, we use the brown flakes. Once I set this down, I'll show you guys that bottle one more time. Okay. So that is our lamp. And then I wanted to show you guys our picture frame. So these flakes can literally be added onto just about anything. Right. So let's grab our picture frame. I love this project as well. I'll go ahead and I'll hold that up for you guys. And this is a wood surface. This is a surface that you can find on plaidonline.com if you'd like to create this project at home. And then I have another picture frame that I want to show you guys. So let's set that back down. I do know that this is another one of our Treasure Gold colors. This is the Mayan Gold. And on top of this one, the flakes that we used are the terracotta flakes. So these two colors complement each other well. If you like to do something like this at home and you're thinking about paint colors that would go well with the terracotta mix, I would definitely suggest going with Treasure Gold, any of the colors actually. And I think I have one more project to show you guys. So let's go ahead and set that back down. Again, if you guys want any more close-up looks of any of our colors, just let me know. I definitely do not mind going through them. So let's set some of this out of the way. I have a flower vase behind me that I want to show you guys really quickly. Let me grab that. All right, so this is the last project that I wanted to go over with you guys today, and these have our blue flakes on them. And these are just on top of a chalk paint, a white chalk paint. So I'll give you a closer look here. So these are just a bunch of fun ways to use this at home. Like I said, if you guys have any ideas, tips, or suggestions on how you think you might want to use this, please let us know. We would love to hear from you guys. We're inspired by you guys as well. And if you do choose to grab some Terrazzo flakes, definitely use hashtag #PlaidCraft so that we can thumbs up any pictures or videos that you post on social media. We would love to see them. So let's set that down. And then just one more time, I want to go back over our different sealers. These are 2-in-1, so these are the glue for your Terrazzo flakes, but they are also sealers. And again, we have the gloss finish and we also have the matte finish. Both of these come in 8-ounce bottles and you can find them on plaidonline.com. Hold those up just a little bit closer. All right, so those are all of our projects. Those are all of our colors and our sealers. Again, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. We love this product. We would love to see you guys come up with creative things at home. Like I said a second ago, if you do make something at home, use hashtag #PlaidCrafts. We would love to see anything that you come up with. And we will see you guys next week for another fun craft break. Thank you guys so much for joining us.